Aha!
You, me, you and me, you and you and I, we have
Yeah, let's do
you
it.
and I, you and we are done. God, this is like I hate watching us back.
Aha!
It's like hard. Okay, let me turn this off. How are you, my good sir?
Doing quite well.
Bye.
End of brunch.
Okay,
How are
so
you?
you
You
have
are.
the hoodie, but I
You
have
have the hoodie. You got the, or I have the hoodie. You got the shirt.
yeah. Okay, next time
Yeah.
we'll alternate because that's what we do here.
Oh yeah. You got protein shake.
Yeah. Okay, let me go through all three of mine because it's really important. Chia seeds. Chia seeds have stop. That's my spotlight. So chia seeds with water. What's the nutritional benefit? I don't know. Next, we got a protein shake that's a vegan. So
What are non-vegan protein shakes? They just have
they
like
have like
meat in
milk.
them.
They
Oh,
yeah, it's just
it's just a
blended beef.
steak.
Yeah, you buy a bag of protein powder and it's just a whole cow.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's like pea protein, chia seed protein, so double chia seeds.
Nice.
Where else are the proteins coming from? I don't know. Other legumes. So, and then
Hmm.
we have forgetting the name of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What are you drinking for
Oh,
Boonch Brunch?
just some nice water.
Good.
Water over here. Oh yeah.
Is the
I
the bitter has the bitter conflict resolved?
no, because I'm not resolving it.
Oh,
I
you're
mean,
just
it's
choosing not to.
yeah, I'm just choosing not to replace it. I think we discussed this. I can't remember if this was our Tuesday recording, so nobody else knows what's happening now. I have no
No,
context.
this was like I think that was like our first comeback. You were
Oh,
talking about
okay.
that.
Oh, wow. All right. That was early. Yeah, I've still not done anything about it.
Our
Um,
first comeback.
yeah,
Our first of many.
exactly. Um, but yeah, no, we had talked about this as just like, people make such a big deal. I just finished up a bag of carrots the other day that
Baby?
was, oh yeah, I don't mess around with full ass carrots. But the expiration date
Infanticide.
was, yeah, the expiration date was like May 11th or something like that. They were totally fine past the date.
I'm telling you. It's
I
like
believe you.
yeah.
It's
I've been
okay.
telling you.
Whoa.
We all need to calm down.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad. I'm
Mm,
glad. Yeah, it's all about getting to know your food. I've always
that's
said
true.
this. I'm like,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first thing
From
I
an
said,
early age.
yeah, from the
Yeah.
first thing I said was
Right.
not mama or dada. It was like,
No.
we should get to know our food.
Yeah. You
Um,
gotta you gotta sit down with it. Just
Mom, this baby carrot says the expiration date is past, but smell it. Get to know it.
what do you think?
It's like,
You're eight
whoa,
months old.
that's a
What's happening?
really articulate baby.
Yeah. Why do you care about carrots?
But the
Ah,
thing is, the conflict is it not resolved? You just chose to not have it anymore. So technically, it is resolved, right?
yeah.
You've just resolved it internally, right?
I've resolved it by doing away with it.
Yes. Yes. Have you heard of the
Yes.
Hatfield and the McCoys?
I don't know what you just said.
The Hatfield and the McCoys.
I don't know who they are.
Can I do some quick research here
Yeah,
because
let's do it.
it's hilarious. Hatfields and McCoys. Let me just read this out. Just because, like, choosing to end your conflict is what this is
Hmm.
about. So the Hatfield and the McCoys are two different families in West Virginia and Kentucky, and they sort of fought between the periods of 1863 and 1891, and
Oh,
it they just like the families just fought and killed each other. And then there was like a whole whole series about them on something. So
Uh,
if you want to, I don't know anything about it. So
yeah,
if you
yeah.
want to,
But that's the I had no idea. That's a long time fighting.
it's a long time fighting,
Yeah,
right? Could you
that's
imagine
like
being that
mid
mad?
Civil War till
Yeah,
much after the
being
Civil
mad
War.
at somebody for like personally that you know for more than a
Yeah,
week, it's like, okay, what are we doing?
that's exhausting.
Yeah, it's so tiring.
Yeah.
How are you?
Mm.
How's packing? Haven't started?
I have not started. No, it'll be
You
fine.
probably have like two things to pack, so.
That's the thing. It's really nice leaving things here. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, I'll like pack up my clothes
You
and
don't have a subletter, correct?
no, I do not.
Hmm.
Just because I'll only be gone for like 2 months, and I don't know anybody who wants to live in one place for
In
2 months.
Bloomington,
In
Indiana.
Bloomington, yeah, in my
Yeah,
apartment for 2 months.
there's somebody watching this like, oh my god,
Yeah, I
that's
would be
all I
perfect for
need.
that. But, yeah.
I'm a complete person other than that.
Yeah. No, I'm doing
And then there's
well.
another person that is just envious of the time that you get to live with Carl Quested.
Oh, well, sure. I mean, definitely not. There's more than one person envious of that.
At
That's a
least 4.5.
global envy.
I wonder if he watches.
No. The answer is no.
He'll be the last person to watch our podcast. We
Yeah.
have 7 billion people that are following, but Carl's the only one who
Carl,
doesn't.
yeah, Carl, he knows about it. He's just choosing not to. Um,
He's like, absolutely not. Why?
yeah. Why in the world would I do that? We should have him on though. That'd be fun.
God, that would be fun.
Yeah.
And the thing that what we can do since we record half of our podcasts now is we can just record times and just like splice it into a podcast. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
true.
Like we don't
Yeah.
have to have them on concurrently.
Yeah.
We can
That's
just
true.
because yeah, the whole Philip thing, the giant Philip debacle. Um, it's just harder to coordinate. You know what I mean?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
And it's like it's limiting, but it's like it's easier to find 30 minutes when a bunch of people are together.
Yeah.
So
We've resolved that conflict by
Yeah.
getting rid of it. Hatfields,
McCoys. That's what. So, yeah, I was two things I wanted to say. You're the funniest thing that I saw on the Facebook that you posted, was when you were like promoting one of our podcasts, and then you said the Wall Street Journal calls it "These boys have no idea what they're doing," which is funny because that's what they called it.
Yes.
And then I don't know what the second thing was, but how has class been?
Good. I have one thing to discuss, but before we get into the main event, let's talk about how you are.
I'm good.
That's
I'm
good.
really good. Yeah, it's weird. I've usually been a boy who I get really mad. Then there's another there's the Sennheiser Drimbus like feud.
Yeah.
It's a 30-year war
Yeah.
because of one laugh.
Because I laughed at the word
Boy.
boy.
Which I've historically loved laughing at.
It's half of our name of this podcast.
And I remember I was rewatching the first one, and we were talking about our backgrounds because I had like that whole setup over here that was like with the drape and whatever, and we described your background as very boy. No, yours as very boonch, and mine as very boy.
Nice.
And then we had the whole come for the boonch, stay for the boy.
That's classic.
So
That's vintage Boonch.
yeah, those were the episodes where it was just like yeah, one of the things that I wanted to sort of mention up top while we have two concurrent viewers.
Still more than I thought would be here.
Yeah. We're going to start, I don't know if I told you this, but I'm going to start doing episode highlights where I sort of
nice.
cut down episodes to like sections that we talk about, right?
Yeah.
Like we have segments. season 1 Boonch was not really like that. I mean, it took us a couple
Yeah.
of episodes to sort of hit
You
that
know.
sort of rhythm. Like the first
Remember when we
one.
named our podcast Already the Best Podcast?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And the first episode is just like just meandering conversation.
I mean, how much has it really changed?
I
Let's
know,
be
that's
honest
true.
here.
That's true. We get to
It's not
here
not
we
fun.
get to like return to our roots because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's less pressure. It's not
True.
recorded. We're
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
This is not where we try to get Richard Kind on. You know what I mean? This is like
yeah, 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 yeah.
where we shoot the S, and
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be doing that. So that'll be fun.
That sounds wonderful, and probably a good thing considering how long these have been
I know.
lately.
I know. Like the average view time on our podcasts, like the videos,
Yeah.
are like 9 minutes, which is
Oh, wow.
more than
That's-
I know,
yeah.
but it's like it's hard to get in and out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like in order to get in and out, you either have to be in it for the long haul,
Right.
or you have to sort of scrub to the right time when we start like an interesting thing.
Yeah.
So like the highlights will hopefully make that better. And
There's also not
yeah.
like ever clear points where you should stop. It's very much just a continuous stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, all right, now we're gonna take a break, and then you're like, all right, I've listened to enough Boonch Boys today.
Yeah.
But it's very much as
All right, now
continuing to talk.
okay. Now let's do a tier list.
Right.
That's 70 minutes long. And the thing is, we should try to do these as much as the tier list as much as we can, just because you had an idea on one of our things where once we do enough tier lists, we do a tier list
tier list, yeah.
where we rank the tier lists that we've done.
I feel like that would definitely be good.
That would,
Yeah, we would.
yeah, that would
yeah.
go number 1 to
Yeah.
YouTube trending
And, yeah,
automatically.
number one hit.
Number 1, we
on
go
Billboard.
platinum. Yeah. The number 1 song in R&B is Boonch
Is the
Boys.
tier list.
Yeah,
Tier
it's
list.
a 40-minute song on Apple Music. What was I gonna say? But yeah, I was talking about me not sleeping a lot.
Okay. I mean,
Okay.
not yet, but let's talk about it.
Yeah, I've been a boy. Oh yeah, because then I
Oh,
stopped.
that's right.
So I've been a boy who usually requires sleep. You know what I mean? Like there are
Yes.
there are like those people that you know that are like, oh, I slept 5 hours and I
Yeah.
feel amazing, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
What?
yeah. But recently I've been having not the smallest amount of sleep, but sleep happens in an hour and a half cycles usually, where it's like you hit 4 stages of light sleep and then you hit deep sleep and then you come back to REM sleep at the end and then the cycle starts over. And so sleep quality is mainly determined about how easily you go through those cycles and how many cycles you get. And usually I get 5 cycles, right? And I've been waking up. I don't really need an alarm, so I haven't needed an alarm for a very long time, which is really nice because I just like wake up at the end of my sleep cycle. If you have
Right.
an alarm, the danger is you wake up in the middle of your sleep cycle and then you feel horrible because your body's like, we want to continue the sleep cycle. And so recently, I think I've been getting around 7 hours of sleep, which I think is approximately 4, which is 1 whole sleep cycle less than I'm used to. And I definitely don't do this all the time, but today I had less sleep, but I still feel great, which is weird. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I've had less sleep, but I don't feel fatigued to the point that I normally am, which is very, very interesting. I'm not sure what it is, but we're changing every day. We change.
Oh yeah.
Be careful. That's why you got to follow us every day, because it's like
Yeah,
you come
it's
back
a
in a
whole
month,
new
we're gonna
vibe.
be completely different people. You're gonna be Richard Kind. I'll be Boonch
Yeah.
Montana.
That's just going to be the best. I think I had been. I believe I was talking to Chance Gomper about this.
He liked our picture recently.
Did he
so,
really?
yeah. What a
big
mensch.
big props. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about this because we both have slept. And he was talking about we both experienced this where like we've been. What are you typing?
Sorry, I said any questions for the Boonch boys, send them in the chat
Oh,
for
nice.
our
Yeah,
two
yeah.
concurrent viewers, because this is our community engagement. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we got to do it.
Do it for
Uh,
the people.
do it for the people. Yeah, we're here to represent the people.
If we're
Um,
anything, we're demagogues.
Anyways, talking to Chance Gumford about sleeping habits, and
As one does.
as one does, and we were talking about sometimes we'll sleep more. Like if whoa.
Bye.
Here's an idea. It's more sleep.
Oh
No.
wait, I forgot. I forgot about the.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna
soundboard.
do the breaking. Yeah, the breaking news.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect.
God, I can tell you hate it so much.
I love.
You're like,
the
oh, the
soundboard.
soundboard.
Oh, good, you remembered.
Okay. Sorry. Keep
No,
going.
you're good. So make sure you share your sound.
Oh no, I accidentally shared my screen.
Look at the soundboard.
Yeah, I don't play it.
Yeah, yeah. You just look at the buttons. Anyway,
There we go.
I was talking to Chance Gomford about sleeping habits, and
We should just keep trying. Keep breaking up.
we're trying so hard to just get the same thought out. um, yeah, so we were talking about how sometimes when we sleep more, we end up feeling more tired, and then when we sleep less, sometimes like we'll wake up at like I don't know, like 7 or 8, and again for us that's because now I'm included in the night owl group. Oh yes, and
Do I even know you?
I mean completely different person, and so we'll wake up at like 7 or 8 and feel like good, but if we have like nothing to do and we went to sleep like 12 or 1 or something like that, and we'll want to get a little bit more sleep, then we'll wake up at like I don't know 9 or 10 and feel more tired, and we're not fans of that because
when you sleep more, you're like more
you
lethargic.
that
or
should
something?
be yeah that should well yeah it's like that's the thing, it's like I feel like the narrative is often if you sleep more you're going to be less tired. Sometimes that's not how it works.
I also noticed that because one time
Yeah.
I woke up after 4 cycles,
Post 4 cycles.
as one does,
What
after I went on 4 bicycle rides, and I went back to sleep, and then I woke up more tired,
Yeah.
and I was like, I wonder if Henry and Chance.
I've been talking about this.
That is strange. I don't know what it is. I feel there might be some primal thing where it's like if your body's like, do we need to find food? And then you like wake up and you like have food. It's like, yeah, we don't really
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if you wake up,
Maybe.
maybe there's a fight or flight sort of adrenaline response when you get less than 8 hour fight or flight.
You just wake up, you're like, I'm ready. Ah. You're just running away.
Yeah, you wake up running. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know. I've been thinking about this a lot about how our bodies, like most of what we did for a long time was find food and then go to sleep. You know what I mean?
That's the dream.
Like that's what we did for a very long time.
Yeah.
And our bodies
very long time.
are meant to like that's what we did for millions of years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like modern agriculture has only been around for 10,000 years. Shout out to agriculture.
Aggro.
Is agriculture in the chat? Let's give a what's up.
Yeah. Let's give a quick shout out to the concept of agriculture.
And so, I don't know. I feel like when you wake up and there's food, your body's like, all right.
All right.
Guess we don't need to be scared today and do
Right.
the only thing our bodies are meant to do other than get food and
Yeah.
procreate.
Coronavirus!
So,
All right.
all right, bye. One thing that is kind of interesting that's happening right now. Can you guess what I'm going to say?
No. Should I be?
Yeah, so it's the cicada nonsense.
Oh, sure.
Isn't that crazy? Do
It's
you want to
crazy.
talk about it?
Okay. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Do you
Nonsense.
do you have a better definition than I do? Because let me
Of
do some
what? Just of anything. Of cicadas.
Do you have a better definition or not, Henry? Let me look up cicada nonsense. Oh my god, I typed in cicada and it says the first thing. Do you want to guess what it says?
Nonsense?
Yeah, that would be. It's recipes,
Oh, what?
which is crazy.
Wait. What?
Yeah. It's like
No.
cooking them. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Can I tell you why that's weird? Because I
Oh,
had a
please.
dream last night
Oh,
about
no.
someone eating a cicada. So that is weird.
Oh my god. Like just a raw cicada?
No, they'd like cooked it, but it was like one cicada on a plate.
Do you know what
I
that
had-
could have been from? The Callahans, they posted a Facebook picture of Georgie, and he was eating cicadas.
That is true. That is true.
as
I don't know.
As
I
a
also-
scrumptious snack.
Well, sure. I also saw a bunch of cicadas on a walk last night, right before I went to bed. So
Good.
also could have been that,
As one does. Oh,
as one day. But I had two weird dreams. There was that where it was one cooked cicada on a plate, and I was begging the person not to eat it. And then the other one was when I was shoplifting from Target. Anyway, so let's continue with this. So cicadas.
yeah, I want to
Is
show you
that a
some pictures.
definition?
I want to show you some pictures that I recently took on my run.
Oh, very nice.
Oh wait, no, hold on. I actually have to open this. Gosh, this is a mess. Off
This
the
whole
rails.
podcast is a failure.
Off the rails. Okay, here we go. So we got pictures of
Yeah.
cicadas.
That
Look,
is that does seem to be where they like to congregate.
It's so weird on the side of sidewalks. Look at this.
Yeah.
More.
Damn.
Georgie, what the? There's so many. It's like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, well, that's obviously the thing is like there's just so many of them. But that is weird that both in Virginia and now here as well. That is like where we see them so much. It's like on the street or on the side part of the sidewalk, just hanging on, doing nothing.
Mhm. I know, but that's no. So that's their dead skin. They shed their. So I think what happens is that I haven't done any research.
Let's talk about it.
I think what they have is they have these shells that every like 1 to 17 years they like come out and they live for only 5 to 6 weeks. And so I think a lot of those are shells because if you walk around, there are just like shells of cicadas.
Right. That is true.
And it's so crazy that they only come out for 5 to 6 weeks. They're like in
Yeah.
hibernate. It's like that movie Passengers. You ever seen that?
Oh yeah. That was a weird movie.
I haven't seen it, so I trust you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
Nice, that's
Good
bugs.
touch. Yeah, it's good stuff. I don't get them as like a concept. Like, why is that an animal?
Bugs or cicadas?
Cicadas specifically.
Let's look up what do cicadas do.
Well, apparently, I learned last night that they fertilize the ground.
Okay, this is so funny from the today.com.
Yeah.
Cicadas are red-eyed insects that spend much of their life underground, emerging every 13 to 17 years to mate and lay eggs. They are best known for the screaming sound they make, as well as the sheer volume with which they typically arrive.
Yes.
So,
They are best known.
and then people ask, the first thing that says people also ask, you know, that they
Yeah.
were, the
Yeah.
first thing is, should I kill cicadas?
That's good.
That's so funny.
Um,
But yeah,
I don't know.
I also have something tangent. Do you have any other things to say about cicadas in general?
I feel like I did.
Oh God, did I interrupt you?
Yeah. No. No, I think this is I wanted to ask you, how do you feel?
Sorry, hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah, for some reason the volume on my headphones just like threw you violently to my right.
Oh, okay. I feel like I did.
Yeah, so hold God, did I interrupt you?
Now I'm listening to.
Oh
No,
yeah, that's right. I forgot.
this entire thing is so off the rails. We're listening to ourselves from like, I don't know, 30 seconds ago.
That's so you know the idea of the content, like, or
Yeah.
no, the movie commentary tracks.
Yeah.
We should do that before our.
But for our own
That would be so fun.
That's so good.
I wouldn't.
We should
Okay.
definitely do that.
So yeah, I think for some reason these headphones and the other headphones that I had that are the exact same type, sometimes they just violently send sound to one of the sides.
Goodness.
So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't for everyone. So
Yeah. Is it okay now?
yeah.
Okay. So my question was like, how do you feel about the cicadas? Because there seems to be a spectrum of feeling. I have one friend on Facebook as well as my mom who've been like taking pictures of them, like really like artsy sort of up close pictures, and they're like, look how beautiful, blah 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 blah. They're like amazing creatures and all this stuff, and then I was on my walk with Natalie Shields and Chance Gomper last night.
As one does.
As one does, and Natalie's not a fan. There was a lot of gagging.
Oh, no.
So yeah, so there seems to be a spectrum. I'm like, I think kind of indifferent. I don't love them, but what's your feeling? I'm not in love with a cicada.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If they're not harmful,
Yeah.
are we talking about aesthetics? Like, how do they look visually, or
Either one, just your general,
thought
feeling
process?
towards them.
I think I have to judge them within the context of bug, because the context of bug is pretty violent. So there are some that
Context of bug is pretty violent. I'm gonna put that on our next sweatshirt.
yeah, and it's the caricature of me, right? And the caricature of you is "Hey, women." What was I saying? Yeah, because there are some bugs that are like F tier. You know what I mean? Like mosquitoes, wasps,
Right.
bees, just like ticks. Like some
Yeah.
of them are just not cool. And so you have to judge cicadas in that regard, where it's like all they do is they sleep for 17 years. They come
Yeah.
up, they lay eggs, and then they die. It's
Yeah.
like we got to give them some respect, you know?
Right,
Like, respect
yeah.
the hustle.
That does sound like a great time.
That's literally
Like-
the definition of rise and grind.
Yeah. No, that is true. And 17 years is a while. I mean, that's the other thing. It's just, it's such an odd life cycle. It's such a, like that was always my confusion with them. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like why, like 17 years or like 13 to 17 years is such an odd, arbitrary number.
That's like one of those things where it's like there's clearly a purpose in the universe, right? Like all these
Hopefully.
things, like somebody designed this, which is
Right.
definitely opinion one can have, but it's
Yes.
like it seems like cicadas are like
Yeah.
one of those things where Mother Nature was like, yeah, why not? You're
Yeah,
not
let's do
gonna
it.
die, so
Yeah.
they can live. And
Right.
it's like that's how it works.
Let's do it.
If you don't
Yeah.
die, you keep going.
There it is.
Boonch, there it is.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, very good. That was all I had about cicadas.
Yeah, so the question I sort of want to parlay this into a deeper discussion of bugs as food.
Interesting.
Have you ever heard about how efficient bugs are in terms of food?
I have heard that. Yes.
Let me look up a graph.
Okay.
Bug.
God, it's already been a half an hour.
I know, right? And I was like,
That's insane.
It's crazy. God, but we gotta stop being surprised at some point.
Well, do we?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Man, there was like. Okay, here we go. No. Thanks to everybody watching concurrently. I know.
Thanks for watching our absolutely silent podcast right now.
Okay, yeah, I think I'll just share this entire thing and then we can sort of like go through it together.
Yeah.
So I was looking at this first.
We're outnumbered.
So that's not what I wanted to share.
Yeah,
I just
that's
forgot
good.
that I looked that up.
We're
To
outnumbered.
human ratio. Would we win in a fight? But yeah, this is bug to cricket versus
beef. Sorry, that's just a hilarious combination of words.
So per pound of kilogram produced, crickets versus beef. Beef used 95% more land, 26 times as much water, 8.3 times as much feed, and 7.7 times as much carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you look at this, sustainability of meat versus insects, 1 pound of beef requires 1,000 gallons of water, 10 pounds of feed, and 200 square feet of pasture. Sustainability of insects is 1 gallon of water, 2 pounds of feed, and 2 cubic feet of land for a pound of insects, which is kind of crazy. And
It
then,
is. Yeah, let's talk about nutrition here.
yeah, so protein, fat content, and energy. So a lean cut has 30 grams of protein, 4 grams of fat, and then 0.7 kilojoules, I don't know, meters of kilojoule. And then retail cut is obviously less in protein and higher in fat. But then bugs, 100% whole aketa, is 68% grams of protein, 21 grams of fat content, and then 1.9 kilojoules.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely an argument to be made that bugs could be the future of meat consumption.
You could be right.
Because I mean, how hard is it to make? Like, I'm sure that somebody could feed us a bug burger, and we would have no idea. You know what I mean?
That's probably true. I'd be upset once they told me, but no, that's probably
Natalie
true.
would gag and die.
No, you make a very good point. I think there are obviously a lot of ways that we can be, eating meat more sustainably. Now, here's my question. Do you think as a vegan, would you consider, would you not eat bugs? Sorry. Like, would that be considered the same sort of meat that you don't eat?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't, just because, a lot of vegans don't consider honey to be good, but it's like, it's a living creature, so like, it probably, it prefers not to be farmed and then killed. But
Probably.
In terms of sustainability and creatures that like know their existence, crickets and insects are probably a lot less conscious of the pain that they suffer than cows and pigs and whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm a lentil boy for life. Like,
Lentils for life.
And I don't know if you've ever tried this, but lentil pasta.
No.
Shit rocks my world. It's
Oh God. Nice.
I had osteoporosis after having some. But yeah, I know how to be a vegan now, so it's like I don't need to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it would be a great transition for people that are like that need to wean themselves off of stuff, possibly. But
I was also, I mean, one of the things I had gotten into last summer was cultured meat, like lab meat.
like,
What? Oh yeah.
did you read the Times today?
In my studies abroad, I learned much.
It's
So-
garçon. It's not garçon.
Can I have a little bruschetta? Anyway,
It's like you're a dead animal.
yeah. Yeah, but I mean the idea that obviously number one, it's well, not more sustainable yet because it's not very efficient, like production wise, but obviously more humane and sustainable long term because you just use this, you can reuse the cells and you don't have to keep killing more animals. And I mean, like again, people are skeptical of it just because it's in a lab. Yeah, but you like it's given the right conditions, it's the exact same meat. Like that's the thing. But what people can do is change the nutritional makeup of it, so it would be less fatty, more protein. No, there'd be less fat, more protein. It would just be better for you. So I would be very much in support of that sort of thing if they could make it more, if they could make the production process more energy efficient.
Yeah. I think that could definitely catch on. Unfortunately, like right now, which is like why I'm super into like lentils and more natural stuff is like, and why I don't have a lot of plant sort of meat substitutes is because a lot of the ways that they use to make it delicious is by using highly processed plant oils that are really not natural and not super great for you. And so there's definitely ways of making a plant-based meat product or cultured meat, something that's like reusable and something like that, something that you can alter in some way. There's definitely ways of making it more healthy, but it's like I still think that the science is going to take a little bit to get there. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I gotta turn on my fan. We got one comment. Natalie Shields says lentil life woohoo. So
Nice.
give it up for the
Shout out lentils.
lentil fam. All right, let me turn on my fan. Think about something to talk about.
Oh, I have a dynamite question. Thanks again to our two concurrent viewers. Definitely double the viewership I thought we'd be getting today, so that is awesome.
Well, we have 3 concurrent viewers, so you thought that
we're so successful.
1.5 viewers would watch us.
Yeah. Okay, question of the day. This is what I was thinking about this morning while I was waiting for the bus.
You ride a bus?
I rode a bus today.
To where? Just
to
around.
yeah, just
the full circuit.
Yeah. Gotta check out Bloomington every once in a while.
That's in the Bible. That's one of the.
Yeah, that's. No, so this is what I took it to my COVID test this morning, and I was thinking, do you think there's anybody that hates calendars? Like, I feel like some people obviously love them. People who are like super into organization and all that sort of stuff love calendars. I would imagine most people are relatively indifferent towards calendars. They're just another tool that we use. Do you think there's anybody that like hates calendars like so much?
What would the reasoning behind it be?
You tell me.
Okay. One possible thing, maybe old people who don't like knowing that time's passing. You know what I mean? Like, once you're old, you're like, okay, like, if you're retired, like, the days, the beauty of it is like every day is like the new day, and like you can do a new thing every day. Like you don't like, it's not like got to do the next thing and now the next thing and we gotta go. And calendars sort of support that, but also I feel like old people love calendars. So it's
that is true. Like people, my
they buy calendars. Have you ever bought a calendar?
Okay. I probably, no, well, I know, like, they always, I know my grandparents, whenever they like donate to a thing, and that, that group always sends them calendars. That's a thing. I know my mom did an awesome gift for my grandparents where she took pictures of their new house that they had bought a few years back, and they had been like remodeling things, and so she took different like pictures of the house while they didn't know, and then she made like a custom calendar with different like pictures. So there was like August was like all doorknobs and stuff like that. So it was really cool.
I thought it was that sounded like it's like a reminder of you still have to do the study. Like August is study month, you got to work on the study.
Yeah.
Don't get lazy.
This is still unfinished. The basement still looks like crap.
Hey.
Yeah, maybe get off your no, anyway. So I think even if there is an old person who does hate calendars because they resent the passage of time, that still seems illogical to me. That seems like you're hating the messenger. Like the real person you're upset with is, we're not person. The real thing you're upset with is the passage of time, rather than the thing that is revealing or reminding you.
Could you imagine humans make calendars and like organize time, and then people hate it? I don't know. I think also, I'm guessing people might just have a nauseous reaction to it if they're overworked and they use calendars a lot. You know what I mean? The idea of a calendar represents some work-life imbalance where it's like, But again, I think that's an example where the calendar is revealing something that you don't like about your life. Boom! Yes, that's ouch. Oh my god, I wish we had a sound. Yeah.
Well, what you want to do is not necessarily what you're gonna do.
So, yeah, I totally agree. I think that, I mean, that's the thing. It's just like a thing that tracks your life. You don't need to use it. It's something that you choose to engage with. Just like I was going to ask a question, but it's the same question where it's like, do people hate to-do lists? Right?
It's the same sort of thing.
And it's they don't hate
things that they have to do.
It's not inherently bad about the to-do list or the calendar. Right. It's just the way either you engage with it or what it represents to you.
Right.
That's a really good question. I wish, I wonder if we'll get any comments saying that. Do people hate calendars?
If one of our 3 concurrent viewers hates calendars, please let us know.
Let us know. Do you use Google Calendar often?
I do use Google Calendar often.
For what?
For keeping track of appointments.
What are your appointments? No, that's my life right now, because like I have something called Calendly. Do you know what Calendly is?
I don't.
Okay, bye. I never talk to you again. It's a scheduling app that allows people to like who want to schedule a tutoring session with me can like look. It reads my Google Calendar and tells them when I'm available within a time period that I select.
Wow!
And that's so cool. I put my Google calendar. My Jujel. Oh, absolutely killing it.
Oh, jeez.
Where, what was I saying? Where, I can just put all my tutoring appointments and everything that I have going on, and it reads it, and it's good. Ryan Thompson said some people love seeing all the tasks disappear on a to-do list. I agree with that.
True. Also, Ryan Thompson is watching?
My man.
Shout out to Ryan Thompson.
He likes all our pictures, so
my guy.
He might be one of our number 1 fans, as opposed.
That's
along
fabulous.
with my dad. So we should, we should have a fight between our fans, our biggest fans.
Yeah.
But on the last time we famously said, nobody's a bigger fan of us than us.
That is true. That is definitely that. There's just nothing not true about that.
What are you looking at? Yeah, I see you. I see you scheming. I see.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at stuff. So I looked up. Does anyone hate calendars? First thing that comes up. It seems to be a whole magazine about ADD and ADHD, and the title is "I Hate Calendars." Paper, electronic, all kinds. So, learning to use a calendar to manage my time is an ongoing education for adults with attention deficit like me. I'm just going to read some of Katie Rollins's great article about calendars here.
Please do.
He says, a much younger best buddy of mine asked me a hilarious question the other night. So, how old were you when you finally embraced religious calendar use? What? All right, I'm not going to keep reading this.
Oh, like religious calendar use.
I don't know.
Because they're different. They're different, right? Like the sort of modern American calendar that we use is different than other more like the Jews. What year are we in? 5,700,000?
Yes, yeah. We're in 5 billion. We were around before the world. No, it's like 5778.
Yeah,
5780.
Like that's
something like that.
The thing is that is different. So
okay. Here's the thing: numbers different. So this is what she said. She said, "I told her the truth that calendar management is my Achilles heel. That it drives me nuts. That I'm terrible at it. I found it funny that she asked me this. She looks to me as a mentor, and I don't care."
Wait, did you say that or the thing?
Yeah, no, that's sorry. She looks to me as a mentor, and I don't care. Calendar management is not just a skill, it's a whole set of skills. It requires several steps that involve follow-through. I am bad at every step of this process. Number 1 is purchasing or creating your calendar. Number 2 is putting things on your calendar besides your coffee cup. Number 3 is remembering to look at the calendar. And those are all the steps. No, apparently they are. That's the end of the article. All right.
So it's just like using a calendar?
Yeah. All right. Again, I feel like that's
not right.
I feel like that's how well, and I don't want to criticize this person because obviously the way that she
call them out by name.
Yeah,
we have lawyers.
Yeah, let's just tag Matt Damon and yell at Katie Rollins for a while. What was I saying? No, okay, so I don't want to criticize her because obviously the way that she engages with calendars is partly due to her disease of ADHD or ADD or one of the two. And so that is not like, I don't want to say like what she really doesn't like about, or what she really doesn't like.
Let me tell you what you
herself.
actually don't like about it.
Let me tell you what you don't like.
God, we should have an NPR show that's just that.
That would be so good.
Like wait, don't tell me, but it's just let us tell you what you don't like.
Wait, hold on. Changing gears a little bit. Let me see if I can find this.
Shift into third.
Oh,
Go.
Yeah, let's get full into it. Hold on. What is it called? All right.
Let me entertain the viewers. Hi, viewers.
Yeah, please do.
I hope everyone watching is having a good day. I know we're not doing this on Sunday, but if you missed it in our last episode... Oh, no, wait.
No, we haven't. Yeah, Classic.
We recorded an episode. Let me just say we're usually going to do these on Sundays at 10 a.m., so don't get used to this. Henry just... he has to do a lot of jumping jacks on Sunday, and he was like, I'm going to be really tired. He's going for the jumping jack world record of... How many
8.
was it? 8. God, that would be dude, we should get in the world record book. We should find a world record that we can break. Because then, what if we're in Guinness for something?
That would be fine.
What if we had the longest podcast?
Like the way we're going, it might happen.
It could happen.
It's already been 50 minutes.
That's so crazy. Oh my god. But Yeah, Henry has to travel on Sunday, so
Indeed.
we're doing
Indubitably.
so. Just don't get used to this, but do
Yeah.
get used to every Wednesdays at 5 our recorded episodes. all right?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can you let me share my screen?
Yes. There you go, sir.
I can't do it while you're sharing sound.
God.
Lots of problems with the Zoom situation.
God, we should call them out by name.
Oh, no, it's so good.
Oh,
wait,
it said heads up. We detected copyrighted audio and video.
Oh,
on your stream.
no.
Your stream may be temporarily blocked.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm sorry.
We lost a concurrent viewer.
Oh, no. It's all falling apart.
That's fine. We're not. We're not making money from this. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we're not using this to make any money
Yet.
yet. Ah,
Get ready for us to be making advertisements for
many a Hamilton.
Hamilton. Wow.
It's a $10 bill.
Oh, I thought you said we were going to be
Oh, no,
advertising
like
the
Hamilton?
show Hamilton. They're
Yeah,
like,
no.
our next ad campaign, what should we do? They're like, I heard the Boonch Boys are popping up. And
No,
people have
I'm
never
talking
heard
about-
of the play Hamilton. That's so funny.
Anyway, that was all I had about that.
Oh, man. What were we
One
talking
more
about?
topic of discussion. If you're okay with it. My class on democracy and national security. I learned recently. So there are these things called democracy indices, which it's like an index of what, or like
How democratic a nation is?
You're familiar with it, yeah, or maybe you
Takes
just
into
understand.
account various
Yeah.
factors such as
Oh yes,
voice of the people, representative government.
sure, classic. So it's that exactly what you said. And one of them recently downgraded the U.S., so we're like not a full democracy anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're now an anocracy, which is between a democracy and a dictatorship.
Because of
Now-
Joe Biden?
Yeah, because he's a dictator. That thing screams dictator like a 70 or 8-year-old man. Anyway, yeah, but no, not because of Joe Biden. No, because of the stuff on January 6th. Because one of the things that this particular index codes for is or attempted or successful coups, and they decided to consider those riots a coup. And so we were at like a 9 or a 10 out of -10 to 10 for some reason. And now we're down to like a 4 or 5, which seems like a big jump. But
Whoa.
yeah. So anyway, but that was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Thoughts?
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, that has been in my life very personally recently, and I can tell. Like, America as a whole, whether or not we're turning into an anocracy, I can't escape it. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
you live everyday
Yeah.
life. It's like the cicadas, where it's like,
Right.
like,
Just
there it
all
is, I
over
guess.
on
Yeah.
the sidewalk.
I'm like 5, 4,
Yeah.
5, 5, 4, maybe a 9. We used to be a 9.
Used to be a 9. Also,
We used to be a 9. That's good, just in general, because that
Yeah.
refers to attractiveness theoretically.
maybe.
We should. Yeah.
Also, shout out to my mom, who I just got a text from her
Mhm.
that she is listening to the Throughline podcast about In the Shadow of James Baldwin. And frankly, I'm a little upset that she's not listening to it.
ours.
Yeah. How is James Baldwin more important than the Boonch Boys?
That sounds like, isn't that your mom's somebody?
No, that's Grover Baldwin. That's my mom's dad. Not the same as James Baldwin. James Baldwin is a very famous like civil rights activist. Definitely more important than the two of us.
We're
I
like,
wanna make
what
that
the?
abundantly clear.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You just never talk to her again, and we split up. Oh God. God, are we gonna be the Art and Simon?
What?
Are we gonna be the Simon and Garfunkel of podcasts?
Podcasts.
That's gonna be.
I was.
Yeah.
I've been on a Simon and Garfunkel binge lately.
The thing is, with you, it seems to happen every 6 months.
That is true, actually. That's very accurate.
Because yeah, you've been in multiple. I remember you just like always. It always comes back. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I think for the past 2 years, they've been my number one artist on Spotify. I'm a big fan, is all I have to say about that. Also,
they love your support.
I'm sure they do. I also liked your title for our upcoming episode.
Oh yeah, you can call us pals.
You can call us pals.
So
nice.
I'm glad you liked that.
So topical.
Right?
All right.
All right. Yeah. That you had 2 good questions. I brought nothing to the table.
No, you're great.
Yeah. The thing is, we're at an hour.
An hour. Yeah, we've made it 1 hour.
We've made
with
it 1
2
hour.
questions and pictures of cicadas.
So we don't have enough time to do 2 truths and a boonch. I mean, unless you want to, unless you have 30 minutes.
I have nothing else to do.
Okay. Do you want to do 2 truths and a boonch?
I mean, I honestly, I think I have to prepare for it just because,
That's true.
like we've said, like we have to be pretty good about like things that we don't know about each other, and we know a good deal about each other.
Yeah.
So I wanna take some time to prepare. Not during a live stream, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we could do that next week because
Yeah.
next week we could probably record our normal boonch in the studio if you want to come over.
That is true.
We
That
could
would
do
be
2
fun.
truths and a boonch here,
Yeah.
and then watch a
that
Richard
would be
Kind movie.
Delightful. That's just the best day.
Yeah.
2 truths and a boonch and Richard Kind.
Be still my heart. Yeah.
Do you think we could make that into one game? It's 2 truths and a boonch and Richard Kind.
1 truth, 1 Richard Kind, and 1 boonch. You
Yeah.
figure it out.
Half a Richard Kind, 1 full boonch. As
It's
many
a recipe.
lies as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a would you rather then.
Oh, nice.
Ryan
That's a
Thompson
good-
said he's a longtime viewer, which is great. And then that
We
we
love
should
you.
harvest the cicadas for nutrition.
Who said that?
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan. Ryan's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea. I mean, yeah, blood
Yeah,
protein,
there's
hello.
plenty of them.
I mean, unless it has it has negative protein.
Yeah, it's just horrible for us. Yeah, no, that seems good. Like I said, there's a lot of them.
There's
It would
so
be
many
like-
of them.
yeah,
and there's
it
probably
would be-
even more underground. Hello.
Oh, absolutely. My dad told me he was listening to NPR, and they said that for every 30 holes in the ground that you see, that represents 100,000 cicadas underground.
Like once you count 30 holes in the ground.
Yeah, you know how they like dig those holes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like every 30 implies that there are 100,000 just in that area.
That's really nice to know. I don't I don't think people could see them, but see this what
no,
I
maybe
said,
it was-
but yeah.
Sorry, maybe it might have been 12. I don't know. It was something crazy, but anyway, continue.
like
No, yeah, sorry, 12 holes. Not
Okay.
every 30 holes is 12 cicadas.
you're like I might have gotten my
It
numbers
might have been
wrong there.
100,000. It
Might have been 12. You know how
I
it
don't
is.
know. Different numbers are different.
Yeah. But bugs outnumber humans 200 million to 1.
Yeah.
So hold on. So you know how it is. Yeah, let's do this would you rather. This is one that I sort of prefaced on our first episode, but we haven't yet gotten around to it.
Yeah.
Would you rather be an Orthodox Jew or a
Oh, yeah.
Reform Mormon?
So I need to ask because I just don't know what Reform Mormonism entails.
So the idea is that you either have to be a devout Jew, something that you know, something that you would be, you're like, okay, all right, I can do it. You know what I mean? And that's like, it's like similar-ish to the sort of, like if you became Orthodox Mormon or Orthodox Jew, it would be like, that's kind of crazy, but it's like, it kind of makes sense because you're Jewish. But Reform Mormon, what that means is that, and people can adapt this to themselves, where it's like you become a Mormon and you have to do all of the things that they do, and you're clearly you're known as the Mormon guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, there's Henry. He's the Mormon guy.
He's Mormon. Yeah.
But the whole conflict is like, you're not a part of the community you grew up in. It's technically less intense, but you're still sort of categorized as that, and you have to do those things, which you might believe in less because you're Jewish.
Okay. Here's my thoughts.
It's not a very good question.
It's a great question. No, because it brings up a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it brings up a lot of my own thoughts about religion recently. So here's what I would say. I would think, again, I don't know exactly what the traditions I would follow, or what the culture of Reform Mormonism is like.
Mm-hmm.
So that would certainly be the main question that I would have to ask. But there is a lot about the traditions of Orthodox Judaism that I do not agree with.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the sort of gender separation, all that sort of stuff, and what seems to me to be a very sort of I don't know, like exclusionary. Is that a word?
I think it's exclusivisionary. So yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I made your very serious point.
Yeah, no, that was
very
awesome.
silly.
No, that's what we do. So again, there are parts of that culture that I do not agree with, and so depending on what Reform Mormonism entails, if it's like similar stuff, then I'm not going to agree with that either. But if it is closer to what how I believe people should be treated, like how I believe what I believe the common good should be,
Mm-hmm.
how communities should act, and again, how people should be treated on an individual basis as well,
Mm-hmm.
then I would probably choose Reform Mormonism. And here's the other thing I'm going to say is we've talked about this before, but one of my very favorite quotes that I have read in the past year is it is easier to act yourself into a new way of thinking than it is to think yourself into a new way of acting. Absolutely love that. And
that's really is really good. Yeah, that's actually a really good quote.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And the amazing thing is, like, I did not believe that for a while. I was definitely on the thing of like, if I am not happy, then doing something that ordinarily makes me happy won't make me happy, because I'm going to still be thinking that I'm unhappy,
Mm-hmm.
which is just not a good way of living, honestly. But my point is that recently I've been thinking this. Well, sorry. Let me take it back to sorry, that was an odd one. Reform Mormonism. So
no, but Reform Mormonism.
Yeah, let's talk about vision. Anyway, so I do think that, again, the action, doing the actions that Reform Mormonism requires would very easily allow me to adapt sort of my own beliefs, my own thought processes about religion, whereas I would not be okay with acting in a way that changes, again, my thoughts about morality or just how we interact as individuals. And the other thing I was going to say is this. Recently I've been thinking Well, yes. So there was this idea that I was reading in a book. The way this person had written, I don't think everyone would agree with this, but the way that this person had written it was um, sort of distinguishing between the religious people, between agnostics, and between atheists.
Okay.
And they said religious people believe that the existence of God can be proved, agnostics believe that it can't be proved, and atheists believe that the non-existence of a God can be proved. And my thing is this: I think if we take that definition, then everyone is an agnostic, because we can't prove either one of them, either the existence or non-existence. And so belief in, if if you're a religious person who believes that the existence of God can be proved, then that's not faith. That's only believing in something that is proven to be real, which is just logic
And science.
so yeah so that is very much what I feel like we are, because agnostic literally just means without knowledge. And I feel like that is what many of us are when it comes to some, spiritual power, some God, something like that. And so
Can I say a Latin phrase that
Go right ahead.
somehow I know?
Yeah.
So it's agnostium ad asprum intelligentium. I think I don't know who said it, but it means I'm a dummy. I don't know what I'm talking about. I made that up. That's not
so
real.
good, though. I believed you for a while.
I know, that was the goal. That's
Yeah,
the
that
goal.
was
I do that
good.
to my family all the time. I'm
Yeah.
like, did you know that lentils they bloat you? They But yeah, no, that wasn't real. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So yes. So again, I think the thing is we can all be agnostic, and it has much more to do with our choices of how we act and what we choose to believe based on those actions. So that is my feeling, that either way, whether I would be an Orthodox Jew or a Reformed Mormon, I'm really going to be an agnostic, and that I am choosing to act in the way that I best believe benefits me and benefits my community.
Yeah, I think that that's a really good point, and that if you live your life predicated under the idea that this thing that you can prove to be real, or all of the difference between proving and non-proving, if you just live your life in a way that makes you and other people around you happy, it's like
Exactly.
that's obviously going to be good. And not to be like the classic vegan atheist, coming for your toothbrush and stuff, but it's like
Is that a thing that they do?
just like a food for thought, which
Yeah.
is just like the whole because I agree with your idea of agnosticism, where it's like we can't prove that there's no God, right? But the idea is that as more and more claims about God's existence become falsified through science, the more and more elusive he becomes, or she becomes, and the less possible it is to actually prove that it exists. And it's almost become like you can be agnostic about it because our definition of it has become so impossible to prove that of course you don't. And so it would be the same thing where it's like we all have to technically be agnostic about the belief that there's a purple unicorn that flies around Mars, but it can't be detected by anyone or anything. It technically doesn't have matter, but it is there. Right. You know what I mean? That's you have to be agnostic about that as well. You can be confident, but you have to theoretically be agnostic about it, because there's no theoretical way to prove that.
Exactly. Again, I think that the point is just that it comes back to our choices about what we choose to believe.
If you choose to believe that the purple unicorn is flying around Mars and it's going to shoot you in the face, then you're going to live your life very differently.
Probably.
So I
feel
just
like
want
if you choose to believe that you've
yeah.
already been living your life very differently.
Yeah.
But no, I think you're absolutely right, and I think again it has less to do with um, choosing to believe in something that then dictates uh, what the common good is and what
Mm-hmm.
your actions should be. It has much more to do with choosing to do the actions which might include a belief in some God, but
Mm-hmm.
choosing to do actions that will lead to the common conception of good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all about living your own personal life and not affecting everyone else too negatively, and
Right.
just being a good pal. You know, you can call
Oh
us
yeah. You
pals.
can call us pals.
If you are ever like, man, I need some pals,
Yeah.
you can call us pals.
Pals.
1-800-pals here. We run like a telephone. I don't know. We run a
No,
telephone.
that'd be good. There's just no actual service. It's just you have to call us pals.
We call them and then they're like, okay, what do you provide? And then it's just like a tone.
Yeah. Say we're pals.
It's just like,
Do it.
yeah, harmonize with this tone and we'll give you. How are you? How do you feel?
I'm
That was a
feeling
very,
great.
yeah, I don't know. That was much deeper of a answer than I would have expected from that
I have
question.
been
Because like
getting into religious
yeah, the way
conversations.
that I
Yeah.
was I was conceptualizing it, where it was like, would you rather do something that you more sort of align yourself with historically, and likely be more related, not related, more in touch and connected with the people that you've already established in those communities? Just a lot of your identity needs to become that, or become not ostracized in a sense, but like a much more like less conservative and less of your life, but not the community that you were necessarily a part of. So
Yeah.
yeah, the way that I conceptualized it was more community versus versus identity sort of thing. But your response was very, very profound. As we
Gracias.
do on the Boonch Boys.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
how does this not say profound?
yeah. How does this not say let's discuss religion?
Should we get one of these that talks about the vaccine, or no? Because everybody got.
Oh, that'd be good. Don't be a honking boonch. Get the vaccine.
Yeah, but I mean, how many? What are we up to now?
Oh yeah, most people have already gotten it.
Oh yeah, if I look up what percent, and then it says, as of 19th of May, 37% of the U.S. population and 60% of adults over 18 have gotten their first jab. So I guess a lot of kids haven't had it.
Yeah. They recently lowered it though, right? To like 12 to 15.
To 1.5. They made the only people that can get it 1.5 to 2.5.
Yeah.
There's just like babies lining up outside of CVS.
Yeah, they're all just standing and not with
Yeah,
parents.
there's that
That'd be
like
fun.
there's that really d-bag baby that's like, yeah, I'm at the I have to get it. I know the stock market is live. I just crap my pants.
That's classic
I know the
stuff.
stock market is live. Do you have a Roth IRA?
I do not.
Okay.
I have nothing.
Okay.
Do you have a Roth IRA?
I do.
Wow, very fancy. Pat yourself.
Number one way to build wealth in America, other than
Being
slaves.
white.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Had to just throw that in there.
Oh man. Okay. Well,
All right.
I think we've had some good a good time. We don't
good
have
time
any
indeed.
questions in the chat. Definitely some good highlights that came out of this one that I'm gonna post.
Oh yeah.
One of them's just gonna be bugs? Question mark. You know how it is.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. Well, thank you for everybody who watched.
Yeah. Shout out Ryan Thompson.
Shout out
That's
Ryan
so-
Thompson, Natalie
so appreciative.
Shields, I
Boonch
think,
Dad?
and Boonch Dad's probably watching, but he's currently working, so
Um,
he has things going
darn.
on.
Yeah, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
Why are you working? All right.
Parents all obsessed with James Baldwin and working.
I know. Oh, sorry. No, wait. There we go.
Nice.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Bye. Bye-bye.
It's the speaker knockers.
Boom, my